What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So I got a video here by Campbell. And yeah, this is insane. Even ugly girls are being treated like celebrities, an average chick. So let's get into this video and let's listen in.
All right, you guys. So check this out, man. I went to dinner the other night with my bros. Our waitress, our waitress. This girl, we go to this restaurant all the time, so I know this girl, fairly well. Late 20s, nice girl, but late 20s. She's overweight. She's obese, not morbidly obese, but she's obese. She has 5 kids from multiple men. That's right, I said 5 kids from multiple men. And she just got back from California. She just got back from taking her 5 kids to California to celebrate her daughter's graduation. She went on to tell us that a guy at the restaurant gave her $4,000 or $5,000 to do that. And this guy has been paying her bills for the last 3 months. Now, when you guys hear this, you're probably going, well, yeah, Dev, I mean, that's these simps. They do this shit all the time. But what made me laugh about this story is, like I said, people always have this stereotype of like, these guys simping for these pretty women. Bro, more and more, I'm seeing women that are average looking at best with their makeup on, overweight, multiple kids from multiple men, and they are still being treated like celebrities. I'll tell you guys, man, when I hear this shit, part of me laughs and then part of me gets really mad because I'm like, there's no way with YouTube as relevant as it is and channels like mine being everywhere now and this stuff being talked about all the time, there's no way this many men are still like accidentally or obliviously behaving this way and giving so much away. Now, the man she said she's dealing with is, I didn't get an age for him, but she said he's an average looking guy that makes like $250,000 a year. $250,000 a year.
You don't have burnout. It's called cortisol addiction. Waking up at 3 a.m., unable to fall back asleep.
Yeah, fall back.
And he's out here giving his money away to an overweight girl that's average looking at best with makeup on, who has 5 kids from multiple men. You guys, man. If a woman like that is going to be treated in such a way where she thinks she is a celebrity like we talk about, then I'm just going to say it right now. As much as I don't want to sound like doom and gloom, black pill, dating is cooked. If that's the case, if this is going on more than I hope that it is, dating is absolutely cooked. Because this girl that I'm talking about, I would never consider dating her. And I imagine most of you would never consider dating her.
Yeah.
Yet, this girl truly thinks that she is above most men. In fact, she thinks she's very above this guy she's getting the money from. There can't be a dating market if this shit's going to go on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, when I first heard this, I was like, yep. And I'm like trying to picture like, yeah, a lot of times average chicks, because I'm here in South Korea. And yeah, I've heard stories of average women, like if we do a ranking system, 7 is really attractive, 6 is like above average, 5 is average, 4 is below average. Like I know a chick, I remember a buddy told me a story about a number 5, an average chick, 10 guys in 1 month. She's trying to like see if she's gonna date him or not, or she thinks he's above him. And these guys are like doctors, lawyers, and I'm just like, what the hell? Just take one and just go with it. And then on the 10th one, I think the guy's an office worker, so she goes out with him. And I'm just like, goodness gracious, man. just being an average chick. So yeah, I get it. It's so, and there's like guys like going for way average chicks, and I'm just like, no, not doing it.
And not just the simping with money, but just conditions in general that make women feel the way that this woman feels.
Mhm.
If you can be a girl that's almost 30 years old and overweight, average looking at best with the makeup on, and you have 5 kids from multiple men, and you still think you are above everybody, dating is cooked. It's done. It's over. And, I keep seeing a lot of people still to this day talking about like the incel stuff and like men today have no luck with women and men can't get dates. Dude, most men do not want to date any of these women. Even the guys that everyone's calling like incels that are crying in their mom's basement, they're crying because they can't get sex. They don't want relationships with these women. No men really today want to date. No men today really want to commit to any of these women. They don't. The men that are like sad and crying and down and out, they're only doing that because, like I said, they can't get any sex. They're crying about the sex. They're not crying for the companionship and the love. Again, I hate being negative, but I'm going to say this. Most is a very safe way to put this. Most women in America are absolutely undateable. If you have even remotely decent standards for yourself, not even high standards. If you have even the most moderate level of self-respect and standards, there are so few women today that you can officially check it that the dating's cooked. It's just, bro, the degeneracy with women today is rampant. It's too rampant. Too many women around here now are massively hooking up at such a young age that they're toast, man. They're toast by the time they even hit 25, a lot of them. They're toast, bro.
Yep, and of course, in the West, sometimes even the 16-year-old, by the time she's 19, her body counts up 50. Or they go to college, and by the time they get out of college, their body counts 100. And it's like, holy moly. And, even here in South Korea, these girls are really good at hiding stuff. And if you notice, like the market here in Korea, you have love motels, right? There's a partition, the curtains that cover up the cars in case, girls want to go and play around with it. So, yeah, the cars are covered even for the guys and the girls, so they won't catch any cheating or any of that. But, yeah, no, it's seriously just so bad. And, yeah, I get where he's getting at.
And, and like we've talked about before, the Frankenstein boyfriend project shit is so prevalent today. Most women today of any age, from the youngest to the oldest, are operating in like the Frankenstein boyfriend project realm, where they have compartmentalized men for different things, that they just want to keep talking to all of them or entertaining all of them. Even if they say they're committed or not, they might say, yeah, I'm in a committed relationship, but they're still talking to so-and-so on the side, maybe even physically connecting with so-and-so on the side. There's so much entertaining of other men for compartmentalized reasons with women today. They feel very normal doing that, and they feel very encouraged doing that. In fact, most women that I talk to, they now think that it's very, very weird for someone like me to say that doing that is wrong. They say I'm barbaric and controlling and crazy and insecure. To say that you should consider being really, committed to somebody if you say you're committed to them. I'm crazy. I'm controlling. I'm barbaric. Dating is cooked, bro, if this is the case. I try to be positive. I want to be positive because it does no good to just be negative all the time. But you also have to be honest, man. When you look around and you see shit like this, like I said, I don't care how mean this sounds. I don't care if this offends anybody. This girl, which I like her as a person, she's cool. We go to this restaurant all the time. She's funny, got a good personality, good sense of humor. But she is by no means some hot commodity that a guy that makes $250,000 a year And she even said he's like a decent looking average guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and go ahead. Get your weapon.
The fact that he is giving so much to this girl and pedestalizing her, as men, like we almost deserve it at this point. We almost deserve to have such a crappy dating market at this point, because men like him are just, they're just working so hard and giving it away to women that are, quite frankly, at not above you. I'm going to say below him, but definitely not above him. I'll put it that way to put it politically correct. And again, I don't think it's not possible to fix this. It's, you know, but men got to start acting right, bro. At the end of the day, men have to start acting right. They do. They really, really do. This lack of self-respect and this lack of making women face the realities of what they are and where they are is just so damaging. We have women out here that have made such bad decisions over and over and over again, and they do not even recognize it because they don't have to. They're still treated like celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Like this girl, bro, this girl that I'm talking about, I have no desire to I wouldn't even hook up with her. Like, she's an okay looking girl, but I'm not, and I would be in no rush to hook up with that girl if I was like desperate for sex. Not at all. Not at all. So it's like, I'm thinking to myself, bro, this girl is like below average, super overweight, out of shape, and she is literally having her bills paid by men, getting $4,000-$5,000 lump sums to travel to California from up here in Seattle. This is crazy. And when I brought up dating to this girl, her exact words were, I don't give an F about any man. I know my worth. You know that you guys know the same lines. She literally was saying all these same lines.
Yeah.
I know my worth. I don't give an F about no man. I'm after my bag. I'm chasing my bag. I'll get married later. It's like, no, you won't, sweetheart. You will not get married later. No men. I want to reiterate that point I said earlier. Most men do not want to date anymore. Everyone keeps talking about men being lonely and stuff. I don't think that's as relevant as everyone's making it out to be. Most men that I talk to, they want no part of these women. They don't want any part of committing to these women.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Back in the days, you know, our grandmothers, you know, or grandfathers, you could get an average female and, you know, that would get married back in the day. You didn't have all this social media. But in today's time, it's a bad deal for men because you have to now deal with a woman that's been ran through. You know, the body count is up there in the 50s to 100s. And I'm being nice by saying that. And then she gets ran through her 20s and then 30s, like, yeah, I want to get married, and expects you to be the beta male or the simp to say, yep, come marry me. I'm a good woman. And it's like, no, I could just like, and then the more you hear these women talk, you're just like, oh, geez, I gotta go. And I say, Dad, you need to get out of America. You need to get a passport. And yeah, right now there is a little bit of chance there, but yeah, you're gonna, if you do plan on getting a chick, it's gonna be out in another country. But even that, you still gotta vet, no matter what.
Women at all. They just want to get sex. They're sad because they can't get sex. I've ranted long enough about this, man. I'm just really irritated because it's like, you know, as men, we're going to have to seriously change what our ideas of life look like, I think. The way things are going right now, the way things are right now, we really need to start rethinking what normal looks like for us, because too many of us are still after the wife and kids with the white picket fence. Bro, Leave It to Beaver is dead and gone.
Yeah,
the Wonder
yeah.
Year's dead and gone, bro. That's not coming back. I don't think it's coming back. I
No,
don't.
it's not.
I don't think it will ever come back because, you know, women right now get to have their cake and eat it too. Literally, they do. Financially, emotionally, sexually, all of it. They get to have their cake and eat it too. So they are not going to go back to the old days. Why
No.
would they? It would be a foolish mistake for them to do that. They have it so good right now. They get so much for so little, and they literally have no accountability for any bad actions that they make. And if you try to hold them accountable or shame them or point it out, you are the bad guy.
You're
You
controlling.
get labeled a bad guy. And I've seen men get prosecuted by the courts for saying, things. It's crazy, bro. We're in crazy times. I think dating might be cooked. Everyone says it's cooked, and I try to be positive, but I don't know, bro. It might really be cooked. It might be. What do you guys think?
Look, you're not.
Yeah. No, that's why I live out east, and and then when I just go to the Philippines or Thailand, you know, you you could find wives there, or and but even there, it's becoming tougher too. But it's way better than the West. But I do have to vet every time, because now, I'm looking for things. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry to ask this question. Back of my mind, I'm like, were you a 304 or what? Or you look at the town and you're like, yeah, she was the town bicycle. I'm like, got it, got to roll out. So yeah, no, yep. So nice. Thanks for the video, Dev Cambo, and yeah. And if any of you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKO special. Help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you are, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video.